Chicago Bulls fans, they didn't call DeMar DeRozan overrated again. We know what happened last time, so y'all know we gonna talk about it. What are y'all on? But y'all know y'all gotta hear the music first, man. We gotta get into this.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm with my dog CDubb. How you doing, boy?
Man, I'm feeling great, man. That fight was crazy, bro. Somebody got beat the fuck up, bro.
Bro. If y'all like what y'all listening to today, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and shake that notification bell so every time we drop, you be one of the first ones to know. Now, look, CDubb, you know, they say when you get knocked down like Elroy Spence, the only thing you can do is get back up and start swinging. Bleacher Report, a few years ago, before DeMar DeRozan came on to the Chicago Bulls, they called him overrated. They say he was the worst signing of the offseason. They ain't say too much last season, but then they came out and put out an article to where they put DeMar DeRozan, number 5, as one of the most overrated players in the NBA. Just to go over some of the article from Grant Hughes from Bleacher Report, my man said this. He talked about DeMar DeRozan and his impeccable footwork. Talked about how he's able to be a assassin from the mid-range, etc., etc. And then he went on to say, and quote, and yet he was an easy inclusion on our list because DeMar DeRozan's individual bucket-getting prowess has led to precious little team success and comes with a level of defensive ineptitude that basically cancels out at best the value he provides as a scorer. Throw in a career-long reluctance to work off the ball or shoot threes, and DeMar DeRozan has essentially pigeonholed himself as a high-usage weapon who limits his team's offensive ceiling and can't scale down into a supporter role because he doesn't contribute enough in other areas. Ooh, these guys coming out trying to scold the Chicago Bulls these last few days.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so how you feeling about the quote? And how you feel about these guys calling DeMar DeRozan one of the most overrated NBA players?
Yeah, when it comes to the article and the quotes, I'm gonna just go and say I don't agree with this, and it's kind of weird for me because I don't believe DeMar DeRozan fits this team, but I would not say that he's overrated. That's crazy. He cannot be overrated when just the other year he was named to the second team All NBA. He can't be overrated. He's scoring 24 points per game. He actually tried to play defense. When I'm trying to get into the other things he does on the basketball court. If you want to add leadership into that, he has a leadership quality about him on the basketball court, especially for the young players on the team. Overrated, you know. I'm not just Bleacher Report, but all of these media outlets, it like seem they always find they choices to pick on, and they gonna ride on them till they eventually get so eventually that narrative is the correct narrative.
Right.
So they gonna chase them down until eventually they get it to be the correct narrative. And I'm not just gonna be picking on DeMar. I just don't think he fit on this team. And I think this is a little bit too much. I mean, just keep doing it though. This might benefit us. Because DeMar, he read the clippings. He look on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had a lot of pleasant things to say about DeMar, but I'll be fair. At the most, when he out there killing, I'm gonna call it like I see it. I just don't think he fit the team. But he read that shit, and he could use this to come up with another season like the year prior to last year. Hey, we could take that when he was just all world, had MVP votes and all that. Use this as fuel, bro. It's gonna be haters all the time, but I just hate that the media pick and choose their battles, and they gonna walk them down to their narrative is eventually right, which ain't right. Oh, bro.
Man, it is what it is. Me personally, I'm coming out and I'm giving an early thank you card to Grant Hughes because DeMar DeRozan is about to go crazy like he did in year 1 with the Chicago Bulls. In year 1 with the Chicago Bulls, my guy gave you 28 points per game, 5 and 5, 28, 5 and 5. And he was on a tear. Literally, he was a key reason why the Chicago Bulls was a #1 seed early on in their first 35 games. And then when everybody started getting injured, my guy was really the driving force to keep us afloat when everybody else couldn't get it done. And then the only playoff game we won in the last 3 years now was contributed to a 40-piece fried hard with lemon pepper from Demar Cornrow Kobe Derozan. And I'm going to say this. Okay. Looking at the list, I see how you called Kawhi Leonard, Grant Hughes, overrated because he ain't been playing. So that's fair. But you got Domantas Sabonis as #1.
That's nuts.
Ridiculous. I got 2 candidates for you who I believe is overrated and should be listed in the top 5 before I even touch DeMar DeRozan.
This motherfucker.
#1, Tobias Harris.
Why
is he so coveted in the NBA and he don't do jack shit? I don't care. Put his ass in a 3-point in the corner and say, stand there. When we pass to you, shoot. And he got max money. When obviously the money went up and it now looks like a fair deal that he got. But what the hell has he done? And I got another guy that's overrated, Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton.
You gotta explain.
Outside of the 1 year where they won the championship, where the hell has Chris Middleton been?
Can I say he coming off an injury?
Injury prone. Kawhi Leonard on that because of injury. You got Chris Middleton, injury prone, and the inconsistency in the playoffs is right there. It's right there, bro. In the playoff series, this past playoffs against the Miami Heat, when his team needed him, without Giannis, he scored over. He had multiple games to where he didn't even scratch 20 points.
Yeah,
and you supposed to be the #2 option. You got people clamoring out here saying that, hey, y'all can trade him. Drew Holiday gonna fill the void. They can. It's some people clamoring, and even in the national media said that Drew Holiday is now the duo that consists of Giannis. You know what I'm saying? That's partner with Giannis. Why can't those 2 guys? If you lining all 3 of these guys up, I'm taking DeMar DeRozan. If you going DeMar, Chris Middleton, or Tobias Harris, give me DeMar DeRozan. My man has been in the playoffs. He been in the league for some years. He been in the playoffs for damn near more than half of those years. And he's been to, as the #1, at least he been to an Eastern Conference Finals on his own, right? With the Toronto Raptors, got the #1 seed as the #1 option with the Raptors. No, you can go ahead and say they didn't win a championship, and that's facts. They did not win a championship with him. And there's levels to this. Kawhi Leonard is when healthy, Kawhi Leonard is a better player than DeMar DeRozan. But we can't sit there and say that he's overrated simply because, like, I get it. He's not the best defender. But what he is bringing is some of those things you mentioned. The leadership, the offensive game, and the drive to go ahead and help these young guys around the Bulls get better. You got to give us the credit of that. And the crazy thing is, lastly, before I let you go, how we continue to let other guys off the hook, bro? How? It's just crazy to me. And the man is durable. He playing.
Hey, that's the most important quality.
That's my bone to pick with all this.
Yeah, and that's a good point right there, nephew. That he durable. The best ability is availability. We heard this cliche a lot, and he goes through it. You're gonna always count on DeMar being out there, bro. He's like the Terminator. He's always on the floor. Now, DeMar, I know he can. Nobody's perfect in this basketball league. Even Michael Jordan wasn't perfect. LeBron James wasn't perfect. KD ain't perfect. Steph ain't perfect, bro. This guy ain't perfect, but he is a master class in the game of basketball, bro. He probably is the best mid-range player in the game, including KD. At times he can stick great defense, if he tries. He got to get motivated. He one of those. You know what I'm saying? He get motivated. And then sometimes he shrinks in the basketball game. You know, sometimes he shrinks. He might have a bad game in the playoffs, 2 or 3 in the playoffs or something like that. But that's imperfection of basketball. Nobody's perfect. I don't know a perfect player ever in the game of basketball. You go all the way to Bill Russell, motherfucker couldn't score. Put him in isolation and see if he can get a basket. Shaq, you couldn't make him run the point guard. He can't shoot. He can't shoot mid range. You know, Mike. You know, they say he couldn't shoot the 3. He didn't shoot the 3 in a good percentage. And he was a little selfish, but you know, selfish turned out to be a positive for Mike. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It just comes down to a point to where, you know what I'm saying, to where like, okay, cool, but the national media constantly picking on the Chicago sports team. Hey, we got a problem with that. I understand we ain't been in the best positions, but what about some of the teams that's been at the bottom of the league for 5, 6, 7 years? What about the Charlotte Hornets? What about the Detroit Pistons? What about the Orlando Magic? Ain't been shit. Ain't been nothing. Y'all continue to just zone out and pick up on Chicago sports teams because it's an easy click. You know what I'm saying? I respect it. It's your opinion because we all got our opinions. Whether you agree with it or disagree, you're going to come in, tell you why you agree or disagree, and we're going to keep on pushing. It's a basketball conversation. But
do you think he like I'm sorry to interrupt. You think
go ahead.
Do you think he an easy target? That's why, because I see the media like to pick on the easy targets. You know, if you look at Debo or DeMar DeRozan, when you see his personality when he on these podcasts, it's a real nice, easygoing guy for sure. And I think guys, they pick on these guys, on the nice guys, bro. They make sure they pick on him and make sure they try to pump their narrative. Is he an easy target, nephew?
I wouldn't say he an easy target. I just think that, hey, when these guys put these lists together, they got their reasoning. Because if you asking me, some of the most overrated players would be some players that I just mentioned. 2 of them going to be Chris Middleton, and 1 of them going to be Chris Middleton and Tobias Harris. Now, I can go on and pick other players, but I wouldn't. Maybe some people going to be like, well, you the homer, you the Chicago fan. Okay, cool. I understand that. But then when I'm looking at the landscape around the league, I'm like, bro, it's more players I find overrated before I get to DeMar DeRozan, because I don't think he's overrated. I think he's ranked right where he needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's saying he's the best small forward or guard in the league. Nobody's ever said that.
No.
They always gave him credit to his mid-range game, and the numbers don't lie. Even in this article, he mentioned that DeMar DeRozan is in the 88th percentile in mid-range points, or in isolation scoring is what he got it. He's in the 88th percentile in isolation scoring. Y'all, hey, DeMar DeRozan is not on this guy level. Let me make that clear. But we clamor and give praise to Kevin Durant for how great he is in the mid-range and how great he is as an isolation player. What the hell is the discontent there? What? Because Kevin Durant won championships? Fair. And he earned that. He made his way and earned that. Every player not going to be able to win these championships. It's only one team that win every year. And most of the teams that DeMar DeRozan has been on can't even sniff some of the teams that some of these other players have been on. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, things like that is different. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, it's his opinion. I ain't going to, you know what I'm saying, look too much into it, but I'm looking at the fuel of the fire. So my question for you is, what's going to be, just give me an early little look into what you think the stat line going to be for DeMar DeRozan. Stat line last season, he put up, stat line was 24 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds, just about. What you think that those numbers remain the same? They drop off or they go up a little bit? Because the year prior, he was 27.9 points per game or 28 points per game and 5 and 5. So he's been real consistent around the rebounds and assists, but the point total was up and then it dropped. You think it's going up, remain the same, or this is going down a little bit? What you think?
Seeing that this is a contract year, last year of his contract, he really got to prove himself, expect those points to go up. Maybe 28, 29 points per game, 27. And, you know, I don't know if that's going to be a hindrance for the team, but, you know, people try to play for their cash, Joe. Unless he's just an absolute professional and he just go out there and play with the team. But people want that money, bro. So he gotta get his money. So he gonna be playing playing for that contract. So expect something like 27 to 28 points per game, bro.
So it's going back up.
It's going up. Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
He
and
playing for a contract.
I will agree with you because I think that even though me personally, I view Zach LaVine as being the best player, I do say if we pick on who, in my opinion, is the alpha on the team, I will give a nod to DeMar DeRozan, and I think that kind of like in year one when
they don't necessarily got to be the same player too.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when it came out of year one, DeMar DeRozan scored 27.9. Zach LaVine was at 25, around that 25 points per game. I kind of see it similar now because when you look at the makeup of the team now, and the expecting point guard started to be Javon Carter, we just gonna say that for now. That spaces the floor again. And now at the 4 spot, whether that's P. Will or Torrey Craig, now you got another additional 3-point shooter. So I expect the floor to open up, and that gives more operating room for DeMar DeRozan to score. Plus, he was dealing with a groin injury, so I say the points go back up.
Yeah, you're right about that. I forgot about that groin injury from last year too, and he still played particularly well when you look at his numbers too with that groin injury.
Right.
Now, let me get the elephant in the room, and you do not get on my nerves in these comments, bro. Talking about Zach LaVine is the most overrated player. I know it's coming. Larry Jam, I know you are Larry Jam. I know you finna. It's got Larry.
He's not the most overrated player.
He not, bro. So don't y'all even do it. Do not get on my nerves early this morning, bro. Don't do it.
But hey, but look, I just think that it's just an early thank you because I think that this right here, I'm not saying the Bulls gonna be number one, but I do think that we will see much better play versus last year. I don't know what we will end up at, but I know the play will be much better. These guys is already top 5 in defense. I know some people gonna pick here and there, saying that numbers are skewed. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Whatever.
I understand that. I seen top 5. And now you added additional shooting all around, and you hope that another year of continuity bring something out of these guys. I don't know where we'll end up, but I damn sure know we should not be. We bet not be playing for no play-in. We bet not be in no play-in. That's all I'm gonna say.
How many wins we had last season, nephew? 42.
I think we was 40. I think we was 40 and 42.
Okay, so how many with the additions?
That's what I believe. Let me
here's the question for you, nephew. Or after you get that, before we
go ahead. What's the question?
I want to make sure how many wins we got. How many wins we got? I think it's 40 for sure.
Yeah, it was 40. Okay, 40 wins
with the additions that we did in re-signing of Vooch and Kobe and Ayo. How many wins do you think it added to the total? Do it add us 8 more wins? Do we get to 48, or do we get all the way to 50?
Well,
I think 50 is. I think 50 is to be successful for us.
That'll be overachieving.
That'll be overachieving. Okay, because so you below.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go. Just let's get to where we was the year prior, but make
46.
sure exactly. Let's get to 46, but let's make sure that we playing more consistent basketball. And I think that with the addition of a better point guard who can come in, control it. I don't know how well he can control the game. I didn't watch much of Javon Carter. I'll be honest in saying that. But I do know when I was watching, he can stick defense and he can shoot the 3. With the additional space, with the added, he's going to be a better Patrick Beverly. So if you leave him in the corner, he's going to hit those more times than Patrick Beverly. So, and then you're expecting a step forward from Kobe White again. You're expecting to hopefully get some aggression out of Patrick Williams, and then added bench support from Torrey Craig and these other guys that we expect to develop.
Yeah.
Give me 46 wins, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Because I definitely don't think it's a minus. I don't think we made any negative changes to the lineup, or all the moves were negative. So we ain't going below 40, I think. I'm going to go with 46 to 48 wins as well. I'm going to go like 46, 48 that's just wins.
Bro, early prediction for sure. Y'all got to hit first.
Bro. I want to hear what y'all talking about, too. Put it in the comments, too.
Oh, the real. Any last thoughts on this?
DeMar Derozan? Man. Hey, DeMar, come with the territory. You used to this shit, bro. You hear from me most of the time, too, bro. But I ain't as damn. This is just brutal right here. At least I'm going to be fair. These motherfuckers just going at your neck, Debo. Coro Kobe. Hey. I'm going to go call the lab calls and they'll be like, Another goofy. Oh, bro. I can't wait.
I would just, my final thoughts is, hey, DeMar DeRozan, use it as fuel again. Hey, it's always gonna be some goofy, some troll, some hater that's gonna come out and say, hey, Cognac boys, y'all should shut down y'all show. Y'all trash.
Oh,
and guess what? Your fans and the supporters say keep going. And we keep rising. And we keep getting subs. And we keep getting likes. And we keep being the voice of Chicago. And we keep doing what we do. And we keep on spreading this family love and this sauce all over the place. While the same one mofo hater is still hating and clamoring and hoping that he can do half the shit that we done in a year and a half. It's busting. So anytime somebody try to lock y'all down, use that as the fuel to y'all fire and shit on them respectively. Hell is you talking about, and disrespect them respectively, because that's how we coming, baby. This one monkey don't stop the show. That's what 3-6 Mafia. Y'all know what it is. Come on now,
talking that shit, bro.
Come on now. Hey, it's Sunday. We gonna preach. Wow.
Well, round here between Normandy and Weston.
But let us know in the comment box below on how y'all feeling about this. Do y'all think that it's fair to call DeMar DeRozan overrated? Did y'all agree with some of the players I will put in front of him? Let me know. Please don't come up here talking about Zach overrated, because he's not.
Y'all better stop. It's coming.
Nobody is calling Zach LaVine the best shooting guard, but he's definitely top 5. Come on, bro.
Yes,
you gotta give him top 5.
Yes.
So it is what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and all my people, we will have that voicemail back episode ready for y'all tomorrow. We're gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac. Gang.